Hello, my name is Anisha Johnson. I am an admissions counselor here at Georgia Gwinnett College. I've worked here for about 3 years, and today I'm going to talk about the legal issues in higher education. And I got the opportunity to evaluate 2 different people that work in student integrity. So the first person I talked to, which I really enjoyed talking to her because she had a lot of great points, and very nice person. Her name was Dr. Aileen Dowell. So she also works here at Georgia Gwinnett College with me, and her position, she's the Director of Student Integrity. So she deals with topics such as academic dishonesty, sexual assault, fire safety, weapons, gambling, hazing, alcohol and drug abuse, anything within that, she deals with that process. So a little bit of background information about her education. She obtained her doctorate at Auburn University. She also got her master's at Auburn University, and she received her bachelor's degree in Brown University. What is your experience? So the first thing I asked her is, what is her experience with a legal issue? And this was what she said to me. So she quoted, "Any incident in student conduct can become a legal issue. For example, our code of conduct has violations of law as a conduct violation. If we are notified a student violated a law, they can be charged with this code violation and have to undergo the student conduct process." And she did tell me this code of conduct pretty much is the student's right to know their rights and responsibilities, and the student code of conduct is located on the website. So they are definitely responsible to understand their rights, and but student integrity is there to help them understand that and to pretty much make sure that these students on campus are following these specific laws. Okay, so we then proceeded with the conversation, and I asked her, what are some trends that you see in the legal field? Okay, and she stated, as you may know, our society has become litigious. Students are increasingly suing institutions for their perceived violation of rights, student organizations, freedom of speech. In addition, more and more students are acquiring lawyers whenever they are involved in incidents that result in both a violation of law and the code of conduct with the institution. I do not see either of these trends declining anytime soon. So me and her pretty much talked about how there are a lot of instances where students will sue an institution whether they feel like they were falsely guilty or things like that. And then an incident that happened at Georgia Gwinnett College, a student did sue the school, but at the end, Georgia Gwinnett College did win. Pretty much they were suing for their freedom of speech. They were out emphasizing their religion and things like that. Okay, and then I asked her, what advice would you give to someone entering your field? And pretty much she talked about how stressful it can be, but she says student conduct can be can be emotionally taxing, and times rewarding when students can reflect on their behaviors. So when students can reflect on their behaviors and change that, then definitely, she said, it makes their job a lot better because students have that understanding of these laws that are set into place. Another thing is student conduct work is challenging yet fulfilling. And also, she said, it takes a lot of patience and understanding. And then she said the last thing is you treat each case differently. She said in student integrity, some cases are new to them, so every case is different because there are so many different things that they focus on that in each student's situation, it can be very different. So the next person that I interviewed was Mr. Jeff Eberly. So he's also works at Georgia Gwinnett College. His position, he's the Associate Director of Student Integrity. And a little bit of background information about him is his education. His master's is from Western Michigan University, and he also received his bachelor's from Western Michigan University. And the great thing is he's actually won our Top Claw Award, pretty much saying that faculty members, staff members, students recognize his hard work, and he was nominated for that Top Claw Award. Okay, so I also asked him, the first question is, what is your experience with a legal issue? He put, I am involved in a wide range of conduct cases that involve student organizations. I have the responsibility to make sure students are treated fairly and not involved in harassment while in an organization. For example, hazing is a popular treatment that is used when entering a fraternity or sorority. Hazing should not cause physical harm to students. My job is to educate students about ways to prevent legal issues on campus. I have the duty to investigate legal issues that affect the students on campus. And then we pretty much talked about the hazing issue. As you know, fraternities and sororities, in the media, a lot of people are coming to light of students that are dying from hazing. We also talked about a situation in FAMU where a student died from being in the band and being hazed. So this is very popular, and then they're trying to pretty much put an end to this physical abuse that happens in hazing. So we talked about how this definitely can affect students and how student integrity works with trying to make sure that this hazing doesn't take place in student organizations. Okay, what are some trends that you see in the legal field? Dr. Ipley said students protesting on topics involving freedom of speech, sexual orientation, politics that affect society, and the higher education system. Today in our society, people use protesting as a way of their voice to be heard. So whether it's politics, the education system, a lot of different things that may have affected society also affects the higher education system. So freedom of speech is a big one. A lot of students will come on campus and protest, and he said that's definitely a trend within our education system. Also, all students have their own set of beliefs and values that should be respected by other students. Of course, there are many clubs or organizations on campus, and then some clubs may be specific to a person's belief, so we all have to respect each other. Guns on campus has also been a very big topic. I remember me and him were talking about when they actually passed that law that said that guns were okay to, students can carry guns on campus, registered guns, but they have restrictions on the areas you can carry them on, and then a lot of different people were very opposed to that because they did not feel safe with allowing other people to bring guns on campus. Another thing is some students feel that guns on campus serve as protection while others fear for their lives. Again, people don't agree that guns should be on campus, but some students believe that because of previous incidents that happen, and then there's so many different shooting situations, that they feel more protected by having that safety tool on them. What advice would you give to someone entering your field? So he said a lot of cases are not just black and white, meaning that everything is different, and you have to be passionate. You have to be a passionate person for understanding the legal system. So he said you really have to be a type of person that really wants to help as far as understanding the law and helping students' behavior. He said working in student conduct has taught me ways to accommodate students and understanding different laws. Many cases are challenging, but that's what makes the job fulfilling, and he said the job requires a lot of research and keep up with the latest issues in higher education. Of course, everything that happens in society is a reflection of what's going to happen in our higher education system, because our higher education system is a small portion of what the overall society has as a legal issue as well. So my perspective, from both interviews, I can definitely see that student integrity is challenging work, definitely. And then the legal system, like I said, is a reflection of our society as a whole. The issues that happen, sexual orientation, gun violence, all of that, although it's happening in higher education, it also happens globally across the world. That's something that we're still protesting and still trying to figure out the right and wrong way to go about that. It's important that we educate students about legal issues on campus, so students that may violate a law may not understand that's a set law, so it's our duty to educate them. And then both interviews told me that legal issues in higher education are important for student safety, whether it's gun violence, drugs, sexual assault, things like that. We want to make sure that all students have a voice and are heard. And then I did realize that after all of the information that was explained to me, that I do not want to work in student integrity. But thank you for your time, and have a great one.